Well, the Oscars are on right now, and I just learned that Ke Huy Quan won Best Supporting Actor for Everything Everywhere All at Once, so I'm very, very happy for Ke. But I had plans tonight, and that was to watch the season finale of The Last of Us called Look for the Light. Let's talk about it. As always, if you haven't watched the episode, I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to talk about all of it. So, unless you want everything spoiled, that's your warning. But let's just get into it because there's a lot to talk about. First off, we see a flashback, and this is the flashback. This is Ashley Johnson, who played Ellie in the video game, being Ellie's mom. And you see the birth of Ellie. And she gets bit in the leg as she's giving birth by an infected, and she cuts the cord after she's bit. But she makes when Marlene finds her, she makes it clear that she cut it before she got bit. So of course it's got to be why there's a it's why Ellie is able to be bitten and not get infected. And of course Marlene shoots her. They were they've been friends, childhood friends. So it was a very emotional punch there. And of course it was good to see Ashley Johnson, which look, she was amazing as Ellie, and she's amazing as Ellie's mom. So I thought it was really cool. When we get back to the present, Ellie is changed. She is no longer the quippy, kind of happy-go-lucky kind of person. Joel's trying to talk to her. She is distant. It's part of what happens when you go through trauma, right? But Joel, man, he's actually really funny at the beginning of this episode, talking about the dynamite and all that stuff. That it was really funny. But it's just a thing, right? And they get to a skyscraper, and it's actually kind of a cool nod to the game. He's got to boost Ellie up to drop a ladder down, and yeah, we get to the probably one of the most important scenes in the series. Beautiful shot of a giraffe inside this building's opening, right? And as Ellie is feeding this giraffe, you can see Joel's smile, and it's powerful stuff, and it made me tear up. And then, gosh, after that, she's going to chase after the giraffe, right? As the giraffe leaves or whatever. And there's this beautiful, just again, the landscape is beautiful, and the work that they've done post production to get this to look like 20 years into the end of the world, basically. It's insane how good it is. But anyway, the meat of the scene is Joel telling her, look, we don't have to do all this. We can turn back. We can just go back and all that. And she says, after all I've done, after everything that's happened, it can't be for nothing. And it's like, wow. The other part of the scene that's the meat of this, right, is Joel says that, yeah, I wasn't, I didn't get, just, oh, it grazed me, bullet grazed me. No, he tried to kill himself, and he missed. He flinched. And she says to him, well, time heals all wounds, I guess. And he says, it wasn't time that did it. And the look that he gives Ellie and the look that Ellie gives him back is so powerful. I mean, you can write a story like this, right? I mean, it's not easy. It's definitely not easy. But then to get actors who can play this and to show the emotion without saying anything, their performances are so good. Pedro Pascal and Bella Ramsey, look, if they're not up for awards at the end of the year for Emmys for their performances in this show, I mean, I don't know. But of course the story moves on, and there's a flash grenade, and Ellie is taken, and Joel wakes up in a hospital bed. Marlene is there, and telling him about the procedure, and he's like, well, cordyceps goes in the brain. And she's like, yeah, so they're gonna take the cordyceps out and get a cure and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, she basically says, take him to the road and with his pack, and if he does anything, tries anything, shoot him. and he surgically, methodically takes out everyone. It's just it's very, very close to the game in that respect. I mean, just wow. And then he goes in there, he sees Ellie. The doctor says, I can't let you take her. Bam, in the head, he's gone. And yeah, but he takes Ellie to the garage. Marlene is there and says it's not too late, all that kind of stuff. And yeah, he takes her out and says, you just come after her anyway. Ellie wakes up in the back of the car. He's saying, oh yeah, there's plenty more like you that whatever. And they've stopped looking for a cure at this point and all this kind of stuff. And as they're walking to the I guess back to Tommy's, she says, swear to me that all you've said about the fireflies is true. And without missing a beat, he says, I swear. And you can see it in her eyes. And she just goes, okay. And that's the season. That's a wrap, folks. Now, again, this is very close to the game. I mean, very, very close. And it makes sense. It makes sense that they wouldn't want to change any of that. I'm kind of shocked that it came so fast. Like, I thought there was more to the game after that. But I mean, I guess maybe this is the meat of the story, and this is the important part of the story. And of course, the little special little feature, the little wrap up at the end, Craig Mazin saying, yeah, this is why I wanted to do this. This is why I wanted to do this series, is because of the choices that Joel makes. And it's just a powerful story about a parent, and everything that a parent goes through to protect their children. And it's just, it's a great story. It's a great story. I mean, absolutely perfectly presented in my eyes. I mean, I can't see how anyone could look at that and go, yeah, they probably could have spent some more money on the sets or the production design or the special effects and the visual effects. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. The only thing that I think people could bring up as a criticism to the show is that the infected don't really feel as much of a threat as just the people. And I can see that. I can see that. But there's also the meat of the story is really what's important, at least to me. And I think that they did a fantastic job of that. So look, I want to hear from those of you who have played the game and you watched the season. What did you think of it? For those of you who've never played the game, but you watched the season, what did you think? I want to hear from everybody. I think that this is an amazing show, amazing actors. The showrunner, Craig Mazin, and of course Neil Druckmann doing the writing and I would assume helping with the show running. Just insanely well done, beautiful show, beautiful story. I loved it. So yeah, let's talk about it. So anyway, thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.